Hi guys, it is Miss Sheila at BOCES. Today we are doing math lesson number 4 on order of operations. We will again be using our 2014 yellow GED book, and we will be starting on page 417. So, first thing to know about order of operations. What are we talking about? Order of operations means the order in which we solve problems. So when we read, we would start over on the left of the page and we would read across to the right and then go back to the left and read across to the right. In math, we do things a little bit differently. So say I had a math problem that was just a big long string of numbers, like so. Okay, rather than starting over here on the left and going all the way across to the right and solving it in that order, we actually have what we call the order of operations, which tells us how to solve a math problem, which parts to solve first. So the order of operations, what we use to remember it is what we call PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-A-S. Okay. The P stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents. M for multiply. D for divide. A for add. And S for subtract. Okay, a few points of clarification. Parentheses. Parentheses are these things. There are little brackets that set things apart. Exponents are when we have a number or a letter with another number up above it and to the right. That part of the number right there, that is the exponents. Multiplication, we have our multiplication symbol. As we go farther and we get into algebra, we will stop using that so much because oftentimes in algebra we use letters, like right here, and then it would get confusing because we have an X and an X. So as we get further into algebra, sometimes you can see a little just dot, that means multiply, or sometimes we will have parentheses next to each other. And when they're right next to each other, that also means multiplication. Division, we have our division symbol. We can also have this with a number inside and a number outside. We can have things written with a slash between them, or we can just have a line underneath them. All of those things can symbolize division. And then for addition, thankfully, we just have our one adding symbol and our one subtracting symbol. Okay, so get rid of all of that here so we can work some problems. I will, however, put back our list, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. Another way that you can remember this is a little device to come up with a phrase that starts with all of these letters. We can use, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That will help you remember what letters start each of the words you need to remember. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Another quick note on PEMDAS. We do these in order, and I will show you what I mean here with an example, but multiply and divide come in one step, add and subtract come in one step. So let's talk about this and what it really means. On page 417, we have example 1, which gives us our problem of 7 plus, or sorry, my mistake. It's not a plus sign. Erase that. Okay. 7 times 4 plus 15 divided by 3 minus 12 times 2. Okay, we have no parentheses in this particular equation. We have nothing set aside like that. We also have no exponents in this equation. There are none of these numbers that look like that. So we don't need to do these first two steps because there is nothing there to do. So multiply and divide, we're going to do that together. And then we are going to start on the left. Okay, we have a multiplication symbol, so we're going to get that done. 7 times 4 is 28. Next, we have an addition symbol. That doesn't come on this step, that comes on the next step. So we're just going to keep that right there. We're going to go to the next section. 15 divided by 3 is 5. We have a subtraction symbol. That's just going to come down because that comes in our next step. 12 times 2 is 24. Okay, we've done all the multiplication and division now. Then we go to addition and subtraction. So again, we'll just start at the left. 28 plus 5 is 33. Minus 24 will give us an answer of 9. Okay, to give you an idea of what would happen if I had just solved this going left to right. Our 7 times 4 would still have given us 28. Then if we had added that 15 right away, 28 plus 15 will give us 43. And then 43 divided by 3 would give us a decimal. 43 divided by 3 is going to give us 14.333. And then if we went and subtracted this 12, we're going to be left with a 2.333, and the 3's actually go on forever. Take that times the 2, and we're going to have something like 4.666 going on forever. A very different answer than this. That is why order of operations matters. And it's really important to follow these steps to solve problems. One of the tricks with the high school equivalency test and the practice test is that the makers of these tests know the wrong way to solve the problems. And they will likely solve them that way, and one of your choices will be one of the answers you would have gotten if you did not follow this and just solved it left to right. And you might think, oh, well, what I came up with is one of our choices here, so I must have gotten the correct answer. That is not necessarily the case. You have to follow these steps. Okay, on example 2, we have parentheses 12 plus 8. Parentheses. I'm going to try and make that parentheses a little clearer. Divided by 4 minus 2 equals. Okay, this time we do have parentheses right here. So even though this is addition, which comes way down here, it's in the parentheses, so that means we're going to do that first. So 12 plus 8 is 20. Then we have our divided by 4 minus 2. We don't have any exponents again. We come down here to multiply, divide. There is no multiplication, but we have division. 20 divided by 4 is going to give us 5 minus 2. And then we get down here to our addition and subtraction. Then we can just finish solving it. And our answer is 3. Okay, So what I would like for you to do now on page 418, there are 8 problems. So please pause this video and solve those problems. And then when you push play again, we will walk through those questions. Okay, hopefully you had a few minutes to get those questions solved. So on page 418, question number 1, we have 25 minus 20 divided by 5. Using our order of operations, we have no parentheses, we have no exponents. So we're going to go to multiply, divide. Then we look across from left to right. We have our division symbol right there. So we're going to solve that part first. 20 divided by 5 is 4. A terrible looking 4. Then we have our 25 minus 4. That's all we have left. Will give us 21, which is answer C. Question number 2. We have parentheses 9 plus 5 times 6 minus 3 parentheses. Okay, even though this is addition, this is subtraction, this is multiplication, we have parentheses. We have to do what's in the parentheses first. 9 plus 5 is 14 times 6 minus 3 is 3. And then we can take the 14 times 3, which will give us 42, which is also answer C. Okay. Problem number 3. We have 18 minus 6 times 3. Okay, we have no parentheses, we have no exponents. We'll look for multiplication and division. So we will come and we'll do this part first. 6 times 3 equals 18. And then we have 18 minus 18 equals 0, which is answer A. Moving on to question number 4. We have 60 divided by parentheses 20 plus 10. Okay, we do have parentheses. We have to solve what's in the parentheses first. 20 plus 10 equals 30. So then we have 60 divided by 30. 60 divided by 30 equals 2, which is answer A. Hopefully you're all getting these and following along. Okay. Okay, question number 5. We have 24 divided by 6 times 4 plus 2. Okay, we do not have any parentheses. We do not have any exponents. We do have multiplication and division. Since those go together in one step, we're going to start at the left and go across. The division comes before the multiplication. So even though on this list, divide comes second. Those come at the same time. So we're going to start left to right. So 24 divided by 6 comes first, which is 4. So then we have 4 times 4 plus 2. Okay, then we will do the multiplication. 4 times 4 will give us 16. And we will save the plus 2 for last. 16 plus 2 is 18, which is answer C. Okay, question number 6. We have 12 divided by 2 times, parentheses, 8 minus 6. Okay, we do have parentheses, so we will solve that part first. 12 divided by 2 times, our parentheses are going to give us 8 minus 6 equals 2. We have no exponents. We'll get to our multiply and divide step. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 2 equals 12, which is answer B. Okay, question 7. We have word problems. Add 20 and 25 and then divide by 5. If we were writing this, because it says add the 20 and 25 and then divide by 5, that means it wants us to add 20 plus 25 first. So if we were writing this, we would put that step in parentheses and then divide by 5. So we will do that first. 20 plus 25 equals 45. Divided by 5 will give us 9. And finally, problem number 8 says add the product of 4 and 5 to the sum of 10 and 12. If you remember from lessons 1, 2, and 3, the previous video, product means multiplication. So the product of 4 and 5 means multiply. Okay, and then we have the sum of 10 and 12. Sum means addition. So 10 plus 12. But it says add the product of this to the sum of that. But because it wants us to find the product of this first and the sum of that first, we're going to set those off in parentheses. So 4 times 5 is 20. 10 plus 12 is 22. And then we will add those together for an answer of 42. And that finishes up that lesson on order of operations. This is really important to understand and grasp because you will use it on everything from here on out. Whether it's fractions, decimals, algebra, measurement, we always have to follow order of operations. So please, please, please commit this to memory. Make sure you know it. Don't forget it. This is really important. And I hope you followed along okay, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.